Year 10 Methods Pathways, we're going to look at question 2 from exercise 10.5. We're looking at conditional probability. Okay. Now, we're asked to construct a two-way table of the following information. Now, this is not a straightforward two-way table because it's given information that's not quite as straightforward. I'll tell you how it's different. Because in 10.2, you remember that information was given as is, so you can just enter the information in the table and just calculate the other values. In this case, we're going to do more work. So in a population, you can have property owners or not property owners, and you can have people that support a party, Conservative Party, or not support a party. Okay, so we're going to draw a two-way table layout. Okay, so they can be property owners or not property owners. They can support the party or not support the party. Now, we know that overall, that 65% of the voting population do not own any property. So we know that 65% of the population do not own any property. While it makes sense that if 65% don't own any property, it means that 35% do. Okay. Now we're going to use these two numbers because they're important for calculating the rest of the table. The table also says, the question also says that 55% of property owners support the Progressive Conservative Party. We know that, since we know that overall 35% of the people own property, but we also know that 55% of these property owners support the party. So what does that mean? So when I calculate the probability of this square, we know that 55% of property owners support party, which means that 55% of 35% of the whole population support the party. So how do I calculate that as a probability? It will be 0.55. So 55%, you're taking 55% of 35%. So 0.55 times 0.35 gives me the actual value of what that is. So I'm going to use my calculator because I don't want to use my hand. This is a calculator question. 55% of 35% support the party and own property. So it's, should be 0.55 times 0.35, which is 0.1925. Okay, I'm just going to write 0.1925 here. 0.1925. Now, the second piece of information we're given is that 40% of non-property owners support this party. Okay, so 40% of non-property owners. So non-property owners, we're looking here. Non-property owners. 40% of this number support the party. Support party. Which means that 40% of 65% must be supporting party, but not property owners. So we again use a calculator. Calculators 0.4 times 0.65. 0.4 times 0.65 gives me 0.26. So 0.26 over here. Now I can work out the rest because I've got enough information to fill out the rest of the table. This value would be 0.35 minus 0.1925. 0.35 minus 0.1925. 0.35 minus 0.1925, 1575, 0.1575, and the other part of the table I know is 0.65 minus 0.26 gives me 0.39, and obviously the columns have data, so we'll go 0.1925 plus 0.26 gives me 0.4525, and 0.575 plus 0.39 gives me 0.965. Now, okay, we filled out the table. That was the hard part. Now we're working for part B. Find the probability that a randomly selected voter from this electorate does property. If we know that means given that they support the political Conservative Party. Remember these probability questions, we want to find how our sample space has been reduced because we're given something. So as long as we're given something, so probability of does not own property, given that they support the party, given S. So probability is that they don't own property, given S. So given that they support the party, meaning we're looking at this column, because this column is where they support the party. Given that they support the party, what's the probability that they do not own property? So they do not own property given that it's that row. Okay, I might need to do this in a different color. Given that they own property, so here. So given support the party, which means 0.45, that they own property, so 0.26. This value, this is our sample space. This is our total sample space. So our total sample space adds up to 0.4525, and we only want that they own property, so it's 0.26. So 0.26 divided by 0.4525 gives me 0.57. So 0.57. So the probability that given that they are supporters of the party, that they don't own property, and that the probability that they don't own property is 0.26 divided by our new total, which is 0.4525, which gives you 0.57.